Did I not unmute myself? Let me not. Okay. Hey, Twan, you there? Are you there? Hello? Come back
I'm
to
here.
us.
Hello. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
Yes. You want your avatar up? Hey, y'all. Welcome to Otaku Talk Sunday.
I mean, you can do whatever.
Okay. It's
Ain't gotta
whatever.
be.
I know. We kind of been switching it up. You know what I'm supposed to actually be doing?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm supposed to have our Otaku Talk thing up. I knew something was off.
Where is
But
it?
hey, y'all, welcome to the show. I hope you had an amazing week. This is what it's supposed to be like right here.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, I was like, something's off, but it's hot.
We
Let me turn
cute.
my
We
fan
cute.
on.
We
We
really
is
cute in
cute.
that picture. That's a fact.
Right. And if you think we cute, you can see me, maybe us at DreamCon this year. Cause
It is gonna be my goal for it to be us. There is no COVID
listen,
this
if I
time.
have to send a van with tinted windows to your house or job to kidnap you so that you could just come, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You're getting kidnapped. Hey, intellectual soapbox. Hello, nice to see you. Hey there, boy, Ro.
Hello.
It is good to see you. I'm happy to see you've returned to streaming on YouTube, so that's dope. Hey, Enya said, "Hey, cuties." Sometimes
Stop it.
we be cute sometimes.
I mean that picture is a little old, y'all. I'm a little bit chunkier than that. But listen, it's about the vibe, right?
All I'm gonna say is if you were to actually catch me outside, I'm not confirming nor denying that I might not be looking like this all the time.
Might.
You might see me in some set it off braids. I'm not gonna hold you. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And I'll digress from there.
It's either or.
It's either I'm all in or I'm all not. So that's pretty much how my existence is. Rich spoiled women solutions don't make me send my drivers. Listen, y'all not gonna shame me for before we roll into Demon Slayer. Twan, we had a conversation and I was saying I prefer to use a private driver if I have to fly in somewhere by myself because I don't trust Ubers and I don't trust cabs. And now they're trying to shame me about acting like a rich white woman who wears Lululemon and goes and only drinks.
Now you cannot pretend as if you didn't see how you may have walked right into that. But I also feel you on a safety vibe. With the way people is getting kidnapped.
It was only a safety vibe.
Was it only? Let's be so real
only.
and so honest with our people now.
It is only for
you didn't feel no kind of way when you slid into that exclusive ass Uber.
Damn.
You didn't have a little smirk and just a little feel on your
if I was really trying to act like I was better than the poors, I would have said that no, because this wouldn't be my first time getting in a private car because I have culture.
She said, bitch, y'all over here blasting. I've been doing this for years, okay? I'm not new to this.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
If
Maybe
I
they got a
really was
point.
just trying to do a flex on the poorest, I would
Right.
so
That would it sound like.
that would have been a different vibe, but I didn't say that. I just said I
Uh-huh.
don't feel safe in Ubers. Okay, some of y'all friends who done got out of jail are driving Ubers, and
Ooh, speak on it.
I'm not finna get in no Uber by myself. Now,
Ooh.
luckily, I don't have to do this often because usually I'm flying in to see my husband or I'm traveling with people. But the few times in my life where I've had to travel solo, I'm gonna need a little bit more vetting for my driver because that's a very vulnerable position to be in.
Now I had to look it up because I was like, "Girl, can felons really just jump in an Uber right after they get out?"
I don't know, but I don't trust it. I think they do some sort of background check, but
I mean,
it's like,
it's not conclusive. I didn't see no conclusive answer saying no.
and that's all I need to know exactly. Because if that's not the first thing on your site that our drivers are running through this, and this and that, if you didn't have to do a background check with your fingerprint, stop playing with me. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting that bug in y'all ear. You might want to spend that little money, okay, for your safety. Okay?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I probably would have did that if I was by myself in some place where I just was not feeling it. Even if I wasn't, I don't know, and
Right.
I was a black woman. Oh, and a woman in
Because
general.
nobody coming looking for my ass but my husband. I'm not finna be on CNN.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is not coming on TV for my ass. Okay. I'm not playing. Y'all play with y'all life if y'all want to. I learned that from another woman who used to she used to travel a lot to do conferences. She was a doctor and she presented and she did a lot of she traveled a lot by herself. And every time she went somewhere, she had a private driver. She had the same driver who drove her everywhere, like the whole time she was there. She was not playing with them. So that's where I learned it from.
I mean, all I needed to hear was that story about them 4 people that got kidnapped from the Mexican cartel and was like tortured and tried to make them have sex with each other and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. I'll get me a private driver.
Exactly. Spend that little money. Okay? Spend that little money. That's all I'm saying. So
if I got it though, because let's be nice.
Well, I feel like if you're traveling, you should have it because you need to have emergency funds. Like, I just feel like it's just not that little money you're gonna spend for that. It's not little, but it's not a lot. I mean, it ain't $12, but it ain't crazy.
I feel like, anybody under the age of 30 is not having no emergency funds on no vacation, bitch. They having, if not exactly what they need to know that they're going to be able to have a good time. And that's all it takes.
This is why I'm so done with y'all. Because that's true. Okay. And I once was that person until an older black woman put me up on game. And since then, if those few situations where that comes up, I will always use a private driver. Okay. I'm not living that Brie life. It's not a Brie life. It ain't that expensive. It'd be like,
no, because she really did. She doing the math. She subtracting.
I mean, it can be as low as $125. That's not that bad. For a trip from the airport, that's not that bad. I'm sorry. How much is your life worth? You know what I'm saying? Y'all might need to go to therapy about that.
How much is your life
Y'all
worth?
might need to go to therapy about that. Because if your life is a $12 Uber ride, that's a you problem, not me.
Damn. Hello, we need 24 hours for y'all to respond. Because that is a good question, bitch. When you put it I would not do it probably on the off the cuff before you say that, and then if you say that to me, I bet you I'm probably gonna pull out my wallet. How much is your life worth to you? That little $12 in that Uber? Damn, bitch. Okay, fine. Get the black.
Yeah, I mean, get you some pepper spray, all that. That's great. I mean, tasers. You just be prepared. If you don't got the budget to go higher as far as your safety is concerned, then you better strap up. Have some pepper spray. Have a taser. Something. I mean, just act like you value your life. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, speaking of not valuing life, let's start talking about Demon Slayer.
Ooh, the segue, bitch. That was cute. Transition queen.
Right. So Demon Slayer came out at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, and we're on episode 4, where the battle is starting. Everybody's getting into their places. I think Nezuko, Genya, and Tanjiro were all in active combat this week. The little blind boy was too, but not really. It was kind of really got.
They really flashed the camera on him for 2 seconds, said a line, and went to somebody else.
That's true.
They was kind of doing the same thing with Tanjiro too for a second.
Yeah, they were. I mean, we gonna get into it. So let's get into it. So what? First of all, we Twan and I made predictions before the episode. We each made
about 5 predictions each.
Yeah, we made 5 predictions each. So what were your predictions? We sent them to each other just to keep each other honest. So what were your predictions, Twan?
So my 5 were... Oh, go away. Somebody just texted me while I tried to click it. Here we go. My 5 were the pink-haired Hashira joins the fight. We get to see another demon get split off from Hantegu. Oh, not Hantegu. Is that Hantegu?
Yeah, Hantegu.
Yeah, Hantegu. Yeah. Because he has these 4 demons now, so I was imagining we would see 2 more. The swordsmith boy that trained Tanjiro, something in me was like, okay. I feel like every episode I want to say somebody dies, but I'm gonna try to be specific if I can. So I was like, the swordsmith boy might die. The Mr. Shira looks like he's losing by the end of the episode, and we get to see the Infinity Castle in some way again, which almost none of these came true.
I know, I'm like, are we there? I was thinking about this because my predictions were someone dies, and then I tried to be more specific and say I thought the little Miss boy was gonna die. We see the 6 forms of Hantegu. Tanjiro learns the name of the man in his vision. We see Mitsuri come to the fight, and we see the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, which that's the only thing I got right.
The leader of the Demon Slayer showing up in that flashback?
Yeah, he was in that guy's flashback. But the thing is, we're only episode 4 in. We're already starting with the death. The death guarding ourselves for somebody to die,
because it's just such a safe bet, you know. Like in Demon Slayer, there's gonna be blood spilled. It's just a matter of if it's a final or if they survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I mean, why is Genya not dead? I'm still waiting on my explanation of how he's alive.
Yeah. Like at first I'm like, okay, so was he just holding the sword in like Rengoku was? But when he pulled it out, like he was chanting something.
Yeah, he was.
And it wasn't even the same thing over and over again. This was like a language that he was speaking, it felt like, because there weren't any like repetitive statements when it came to like the captions and how they were showing.
So we're gonna get more. So what do you think his power? Like, he has some kind of, you think the chanting was part of like it heals him up?
I don't, maybe. Okay, so just trying to be contextual, I guess. He is going against one of the people is I was kind of comparing him to like a mage, I guess. I don't know if I guess he can only do lightning, so maybe I should stop saying that. I think he can only just do lightning, because all of them seem like they only got really one thing, you know. One dude is the fan, he's the lightning. Well, actually, so anger or wrath, he's the lightning. Joy is the fan, the one that be blowing people away. Who's the other ones? Sadness, he has his weapon. And then
I was muted. I was saying despair. I'm sorry. I was saying I like his fan. So there's joy, despair, it's like anger and pleasure. Yeah.
It is pleasure and joy. I keep combining those two.
And the only reason I know is because the group I'm in, the otaku queens group I'm in on Facebook, was literally posting captions about how Pleasure's tongue was out and they knew what they was doing. Like, They knew what they was doing when Pleasure Tongue was hanging out like that.
Y'all
We
is
see
ridiculous.
They talk about the fan service be on 10. Hey Nezuko, welcome to the stream.
But I'm thinking I was gonna say maybe he is gonna be like fighting the dude with the lightning, like maybe he's gonna have some type of like spiritual powers or something. Because I mean it's so random because he has this gun, which I feel like at this point, man, stop using this gun. Like just like it's not working.
It might be like the Wolfwood gun and Trigun. Maybe it transformed or something. Because at this point, we've seen this gun behead demons like multiple times already. So I'm just
right,
like,
but
okay,
actually, that's the reason I say give it up, because it only really beheaded one, and the other 2 or 3 times it left a piece of their neck hanging so they could just like snap it back. And I'm like, your odds right now are like 1 in 4, and that's not cute.
But then actually, then is it gonna say? I guess he doesn't have 6 forms then, right? I feel like that's been debunked because they've been beheaded again on this episode, and they did not split into more forms.
Well, they didn't get fully beheaded. So if you remember in the last episode when he first popped up with the gun and he clean shot one dude's head off and he split open. He shot one dude to where like nearly headless Nick on, Harry Potter, how he has that little bit of his neck still attached, so it's not fully a decapitation. And then he came in and then finished it with his sword, and that's when that body separated. The other 2 times in this episode that the demons got like quote unquote beheaded, it was from the mouth.
It was from the mouth.
Yeah. So they didn't.
I guess I was wondering because. Thinking about it in that way, it seems like they are trying. Maybe it was the misdirect so that we think that there's no other split. But you're right.
Yeah, I was trying to pay attention to that.
Yeah, if you think about it, none of them were cleanly beheaded. So maybe that was like a misdirect so that we would think there's no more forms. And also the fact that Mitsuri hasn't shown up yet is like, okay, that's probably going to all happen around the same time. Mitsuri's going to show up and my husband's going to show up. Probably when the next split happens. Okay, so
I hate you because you really jumping in now because I don't have confirmation on what this man looks like, so I can't lay claim yet. And you trying to jump ahead? I'm not.
Let the record show. I'm just saying.
If I feel away, you hold no claims.
Okay, I mean we could do polygamy, so it's fine because I know in my Otaku Queen group. Everybody's gonna be posting their pictures with him, so I'm already ready this year. I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture so it'll easily Photoshop around him. So I'm ready for the group photos this year.
Let me go and get into this AI deep fake stuff so I can do some videos of me and
cute. Now that's the cute.
Not
Hantegu. Using AI to bring goodness into the world. I mean, maybe it's hard to do some of that.
Not thinking doing strip teases in the Infinity Castle.
I pay for an anime guy OnlyFans. I mean, I really would. So we saw that Genya doesn't die. We don't really understand why. We also saw our girl Nezuko in action. Shout out. Speaking of Nezuko in the chat, we saw our girl in action, which was very nice to see because we haven't seen her in a little minute. She
my personal MVP. I'm just saying.
Yes. So what did you think of our little Nezuko little spar we got this week?
I loved it. I mean, they're always doing that thing where they make it seem like she's just about to get completely obliterated, and then she come up with that foot right through the arms.
Man, Nezuko
suck you in your chin. That's just
a whole nother character in this show. I need a chibi-fied, kawaii-fied Nezuko foot keychain. Because at this point, her foot is like a whole character. I mean, she really be fucking people over that foot. And it's like extreme, like even to the point where demons are like, oh my God, this kick is strong. It's like Tanjiro's headbutt.
They really do. They be like, what is going on here?
Not the demons be like, she just kicked the shit out of me.
That's gonna be my name in the chat next week. Is either Tanjiro's forehead or Nezuko's foot.
If my relationship isn't as strong as Nezuko kicked and Tanjiro
head, I don't want it.
But that was really cool to see her use her blood demon art. It was great. Do you think she's gonna split? So who do you think from who we have? We got Genya, Tanjiro, and Nezuko. Which Tanjiro killed Joy, right? No. No, Joy was missing, but they was off on the side fighting.
Yeah, but that was dope. Tanjiro is so smart. Tanjiro
He
is so damn
is.
smart. The way he like stabbed that man through his knee and his mouth so he could guide him
Yes.
flying, like even though he got this man's nails in his back, Tanjiro is that nigga. Like the same with last season, how Gitaro had his whole sickle through the bottom of his mouth, and he's still trying to cut this man's head off. Y'all could never. Y'all's favorite.
Baby Tanjiro is growing up, and I just love to see him grow as a fighter and just, you know, he be crying, but I just love Tanjiro. He is so smart, and you just never know.
See, like the crying, it don't at this point in time, even though it's not the same, his crying give me the same feeling in the context when I see like and it's not only black people, but I usually see with black people that got some sense about themselves and that like don't just immediately cut the violence, but they get so angry they just start crying. Yeah. I don't feel no way about that person crying, and for some reason I don't feel no way about Tanjiro crying, because on his worst day you still could never.
I mean, quiet as it's kept, usually if Tanjiro crying, I'm crying too, so I just really can't be saying nothing about Tanjiro.
Very true.
It's never gonna be. I mean, I feel like I was crying like Tanjiro in the movie when Rengoku died. That whole part where he was just walking and it was like scrolling and he was just crying. That was me.
Right.
So I definitely feel, but that fight was amazing to see him thinking through the battle, which, like I said, I hate Goku, but that's one thing I do enjoy about when we get those moments of Goku not being an absolute idiot and he's like being very smart. I just love that. That's always a favorite moment for me.
The Nezuko though, when I'm nervous because she's progressively getting stronger. You can see alongside Tanjiro and the rest of the crew, right? Like in this episode, she's actively like using her blood magic, offensively, because she done set 2 different demons up ablaze this fight alone. Like
when is she sparring? Like, is she just like getting these powers because she just be asleep all the time?
I guess because they're not showing it. I don't think they've ever really shown Nezuko training or anything. Right. She just kind of is just growing. Well, I guess there's something that we're gonna find out about her or something, because she is like her strength kind of just comes. It comes when it's needed, but it's like it feels like it's out of nowhere because she'll begin these fights and these people really will be manhandling her, and then out of nowhere is when all of a sudden she was throwing bows before, but it wasn't until that moment where he was about to rip her arm off where she kicked his fucking head off, and that caught him off guard. But even after that moment is when she still controlled her blood demon art and used it. So I'm wondering at what point is she gonna get to where she loses control again, because it seems like she's just that much.
You think
more
that's gonna come up and be control. Like a problem?
I mean, it gotta be because
because we've been cruising with Nezuko too long. And thank you, Leah ATL, for the follow. Hey girl, over there on Twitch, I see you.
But what do you?
Somebody else follow me? Hold on, I don't know. It just go ahead. What were you finna say?
I was about to say, what do you think her strength lies though on the upper demon scale though? Because the way she just stomped out Daki, like if she could maintain,
she stomped out Daki.
Prime.
I think they're setting Nezuko up to square up with that number 2, I think. And Tanjiro's gonna have to fight 1.
What makes you jump to number 2 or choose number 2?
Well, cause 3 dead, honey.
Akaza?
Oh no, that's Akaza. Yeah. No, I still think she's gonna. I think I'll stick to that. I don't know what's gonna happen with Akaza, but I don't know what's gonna happen with him. I feel like he's kind of they just focus on him a lot, and we've seen him around a lot.
You think maybe he'll be like, because he does have a really playful personality, it seems. So you think he'll be like really playful with Nezuko or something? It's
something about him that he doesn't strike me as just like the rest of the demons. Like he just has this way about him where you just don't really know what he's doing. Like he doesn't feel blindly loyal to Muzan to me. He doesn't feel blindly loyal to just demons in general. He seemed like he just have his own motivations. Like I'm just not getting the same vibes from Akaza as everybody else. So I don't really know where he's gonna land. I do think Nezuko is gonna be very important to fighting the number 2. I don't know. I just feel like that's where it's gonna kind of lead. Hey Yellow, welcome to the chat. Hey Rashawn. He said Team Goku finally a name I reckon. I told y'all we was talking about this AI at 6 o'clock. So y'all in here listening to this Demon Slayer. Make sure if you're in here, make sure you hit that reminder for our subsequent stream. I don't believe it's gonna be on Twitch, so that's gonna be on YouTube. So y'all will have to scoot on over after this to catch that one. But yeah, I think Nezuko's shaping up to square up with that. But who do you think she's gonna fight in this? Do you think she's gonna keep fighting the anger demon with the staff, or do you think she's gonna fight pleasure? Or
so right now she had just got stabbed through the chest with that staff, the lightning staff.
The neck. He stabbed her in the neck. Yeah.
The neck. Oh yeah, and that shit was in there just.
It was there for a cute little minute. Yeah.
But Tanjiro successfully took it outright, and then he created another one.
And then they was fighting, and then he almost got Tanjiro, but she was like holding the staff. So they both seem to have
down to the ground.
Yeah, they both seem to visually
be like knocked out.
Yeah, but visually, like the anger, the staff with the electric is kind of visually mimicking to me, like even like her blood demon art, like with the explosive blood. So I wonder if those two are going to face off, and then Genya's going to keep fighting Despair, which I think he's fighting. And maybe you think Mitsuri's going to square up with anger or pleasure?
So let me run through it. I definitely think Genya's going to continue with
Despair.
With Despair. Yeah, he's going to handle that, I feel like. Yeah, I can see Nezuko fighting anger. I feel like there's gonna need to be a little mana battle there, you know. And then Tanjiro can continue with Joy, and then who's left?
Pleasure would fight the love.
Pleasure will fight what's her name?
That's interesting.
What's her name?
Mitsuri,
yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting pair off.
Oh, Gyokko. And the fish.
Yeah, well, he was fighting. I think the Mist Demon's going the Mist Hashira, I think, is gonna fight him.
Yeah, he's gonna continue to fight him.
The village, because he's attacking the village. So
right. But I'm sitting here like you were. I guess you were kind of right. You didn't you say his powers were something like aquatic or like
I was thinking he like affects the senses or something like that. And I'm not sure who
you said something last week about him and fish. I was saying that he was going to keep summoning different type of animals or whatever, or different type of demons. And I think you were saying you were pinpointing something about fish or something about like.
Yeah, I was wondering why one thing I was wanting to see is if he only summoned the fish or if he summons multiple types of creatures. But it seems like he only summons these fish. Now, the one thing I think I will point out about him summoning fish is when we were in the palace, I think when that house we were looking at, didn't it have a koi pond?
I'm gonna have to look back.
I feel like when he flew over it, I feel like it was like a koi pond, like out in the front. So that's the only thing I was wondering, like, is there's some connection to that? But he's a strange one. I'm not really understanding his thing because
I'm not either. With these
fish, like
these fish summons. What is with the vase? Like you don't keep fish in vases. Like
it seems so unrelated.
Yeah, his backstory is gonna be interesting when they reveal that. I want to see how they connect.
Like, yeah, what is he gonna be, like a gardener or something? Like, what the fuck? What is he gonna be?
Yeah, because the Hantegu, I kind of get it, at least from a surface level. Like from the time we met him, he's been this little scary cat, blah blah blah. So I'm assuming his backstory will be something like some kind of like old man that could never like I guess speak up for himself or always got bullied and stuff. So he like
a coward.
Yeah, he like repressed.
Or he like
all
really
his emotions.
Repressed.
That's true. And so like now in his demon form, he gets to separate his emotions. That's just what I'm assuming.
He can be like the full expression of all of his emotions.
Exactly.
Like in his demon form.
Exactly. But this fish nigga, I don't get this fish.
Not this fish nigga.
Fish vase nigga, I don't understand.
The only thing I could think is the fish vase demon is the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. They got turned into a demon. That's the only thing I can think. And that's about a thing.
Come on, crossover.
So unless he is some type of gardener who just love plants and love nature. I would think that it would be something like he loved plants and nature. Maybe he was a tree hugger. Maybe he really just wanted to protect plants and fish and stuff like that. That's the only thing. That's the only angle I could really see. Or he's a fisherman or something, or because I know like koi ponds and keeping up gardens and stuff like that, bonsai trees, plants, that's like a Japanese kind of, art form. You go to enough Japanese gardens. So I feel like it could be related to that in some way, like a palace groundskeeper or something like that.
Okay.
So maybe something like that. I don't know. But he is interesting. So we had this whole little...
Before we jump off real quick, because in all of these demon backstories, they done did something or snapped at some point to do something like atrocious for Muzan or some demon to recognize them to change.
You talking about Audrey number 3?
So what do you think? Because I feel like Hantegu, like maybe he just like snapped and just like killed like all of his bullies that have ever existed or some shit. What do you think Gyokko?
Because I can totally see Hantegu being like he was just quiet and meek, and then he snapped and burned the whole village down or some shit.
Right. His feels like, even if we're wrong, it just feels like you can easily guess or surmise what his is. But Gyokko,
I mean, if I go with the plant or the groundskeeper kind of angle, maybe he just was like very passionate about protecting fish and plants, or like somebody destroyed some fish and plants and he murdered them for it.
Oh, he drowned them or something.
Yeah, like he just killed some people because, he just couldn't stand people just killing animals and plants and not caring about them. Or he just like was obsessed. I don't know. I got to hear him talk more because I really haven't picked up a personality trait. Like he doesn't seem obsessed with beauty or, stuff like that.
No, he just seems really, what's the word? Flamboyant.
You think so?
Isn't that like his?
He does kind of have like those clown colors too. Like he's white, like that paint. Like what's his name? Hisoka.
Yeah.
He kind of got that kind of white. So maybe it's something like that.
It'll be interesting. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, but these fish attacking this town, honey.
Tokyo Fish Attack. Y'all watch that movie.
You already said maybe Tokyo Fish Attack is gonna tell us what happened.
Right. Let me go back and watch it.
Now, because isn't it called Gyo? So Gyo is fish, I'm assuming.
I believe so.
Something about it is related to. Let me see.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, it means fish in Japanese.
Means fish? Oh, well, but Gyokko means jade pot.
Oh.
Okay, Gyokko summon fish like creatures. Okay. They summon fish like creatures.
Fish in a pot. The fish come out the pot.
So this is like a Japanese. So this like a Japanese like lore thing.
I'm looking at his actual face now, trying to see if I had any tails. No, I don't feel like there's any tails that he has anything to do with like aquatic or anything fish on his being, because those on his head don't look like gills or nothing. Eyeballs.
Yeah, but I guess because of his name, it just means like it's a jade pot that summons fish. When you look at his face, though, I'm like, what the fuck does got to do with having a mouth for eyes and eyes for a mouth, though?
Right.
And hands for hair.
Hands for hair, yeah.
Arms for hair. It's just like, he's so weird. He got to have another form, though. Yeah. I'm sure he got a like full form where he can like fight or whatever. So I'm sure we haven't seen. They holding him off. So I think he's gonna end up being the biggest. Is he number 4 in Hantegu?
He's number 5.
So Gyokko's number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we really haven't seen that much of him.
The weakest.
So I guess they wanted to make sense that he could be taken on by like one person.
Oh my God! Oh,
what happened? Did you see a spoiler?
I mean, I think I've seen something that Gyokko does in a future episode, and it is gruesome. Oh my God.
Well,
Sorry, I was just on the wiki. No, I'm not about to tell y'all, but I was on the wiki trying to see stuff about his name, and you know how Wiki put up random pictures.
Yeah, they just said you'll see something.
That
Oh
is.
Lord.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Are we gonna see this on the show?
Okay, now you just gonna have to go ahead and say it because now you know, and I want to know now.
Sorry.
So what do you see? What did you see?
It's just like it's a collection of people like in a ball with like I guess all these swords like impaling them like their arms and
Kind of because we
face
saw some of that where he like consumed that man and spit him back out.
yeah, but like
But then he's
this
also about to
one.
take the village, so maybe that's like the village.
Oh my God, no!
Because they're all the swordsmith people. So like maybe that's what's about to happen to the village.
This is
Dramatic
so
gasp.
sad. I'm about to cry next episode.
I guess I'll be drinking before that episode.
Oh my God. Okay, this is about to get real, y'all. Demon Slayer don't play around.
Demon Slayer don't play around. That being said, I know Yella's here and he doesn't watch Demon Slayer, but Demon Slayer is one of those anime that if you say like, if I don't watch anime, I would tell people to watch Demon Slayer. One, their fights don't drag on forever. Their seasons don't drag on forever. It has pretty good pacing. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's good fight action sequences. Like I would tell people, like I generally say Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. Unless it's like somebody who likes more chill stuff, and then I say Nana, which is a Josei. But Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, and even I would even say Demon Slayer before Attack on Titan, because Attack on Titan is longer and it has some seasons that are kind of like there's a little lull in it before you get the answers that you want from the first season. So I would even say Demon Slayer before Attack on Titan. It's just one of those ones. I could say anybody could watch it. And I'm sorry, my house is loud. But so I mean, if you've ever watched the anime and you've enjoyed it, you probably would like Demon Slayer.
I feel like that's a very safe bet.
Yeah, it's a safe bet. Yeah. What else happened this episode? Just make sure we cover all the bases. I was gonna say, what was up with that whole thing with the mist, Hashira? We saw a flashback to when I guess he went blind and something about the mist in his mind, and I wasn't really sure if he was recalling that conversation because he had that moment of clarity that he needed to save this boy. Like, did you understand that?
No, I think the only thing it really did for me was just show that he respects like all of the it just further drives home how all of the Shira really respects and idolizes this man with these scars, this disease, whatever he got.
We don't really know what he is, right? We don't know much about him, right?
Is he related to he's related to
like he's related to Muzan,
right? Because I feel like he said that in that one episode he was like staying on my family.
Yeah, I feel like, is he like his brother or something?
I think so, man. Like he might be like a brother.
I feel like the T is that's Muzan's brother.
Or like a son. Because you never know.
You think
Muzan old as fuck. Well, not son, because is he human? So many questions.
I don't even know if he's human.
He could very well be a demon. He could be the demon in the sun, and we get a plot point.
That would be some real tea. Well, yeah, because he don't strike me as human. Like, actually, now that we're talking about it, I just never looked at this man and thought he was a human.
You think he's a demon? I did just pull it out my ass, but maybe, bitch.
I mean, but look at him. He don't strike me as human.
Because I'm thinking he was a human that somehow. But that's right. I mean, not that's right. I thought that was like that's some kind of like disease or some kind of poison or something that he got from a demon or something. That's what I was assuming this entire time.
I guess, but yeah, the more I look at him,
I like, grows.
They don't.
It definitely
right.
grows because I think there's flashbacks in previous seasons where he had the same thing, but to a lesser extent, and now it's covering both his eyes. Well, yeah, in this episode,
is that kind of the curse that he's talking about? Is he under a curse? That's curse on him.
In this episode specifically, the flashback with the Mr. Shira, he only had the poison or whatever that was over one eye, and in present day, he has it over half his face, if not more now.
So is that the curse he's talking about with the family, the one that's on his face? Because it has to be a curse if it's like alive and it looks like that. I mean, it looks like a curse.
Yeah, it could be. The only other person that has something on their body that grows is Tanjiro with his little red scar thing.
Right.
You think maybe there's some connection between those?
Yeah, it feels like some kind of demonic. I don't know. It just seems like a curse. It's not behaving like a disease.
Maybe if he is a demon, and his little growing thing is any kind of related to Tanjiro, maybe Tanjiro's mark is something specific to like demon slayers, and he is specific to like demons. It's just, I mean, that's random, but
but he did say he's like, he left a mark on my family, so maybe he's talking about literally. There's some related.
I was thinking metaphor. I mean, yeah.
Well, I think I just took it as metaphorically, but
yeah, that could be a little misdirect.
Like, maybe he meant literally. Ooh, I can't wait. Now, you think we're gonna get more revealed about him this season?
I don't know about this season.
I mean, granted, I don't know
how long Demon Slayer. How long is Demon Slayer? How many seasons do we?
I feel like last year it was like 14 episodes or so.
But like, does anybody like? Do you know how long Demon Slayer lasts? You heard anything or any rumors about how many seasons Demon Slayer might get, or how long it could go?
No, I just know the manga's done, so I don't feel like it's gonna be like super long. And
the manga is done.
Yeah, the manga been done.
Oh yeah, shit. Well, I ain't no telling. It could be over next season. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see it going past 4 or 5. I mean, because what Attack on Titan's been wrapping up. Yeah, I feel like it's not gonna be dragging on forever. But I feel like he been laying around being sickly every season. Like, come on, I'm gonna need you to give me something.
Yeah, if it is, and if we are anywhere like, well, actually, when I think about it, there's only X amount of upper moons before we get to Muzan. So yeah, I could think if we doing like hitting a certain amount of, like, I could see next season being all Akaza, and then the season after that being the number 2, maybe the number 2 and the number 1, and then the last season being Muzan. So maybe we could get like 3 more seasons out of it.
Yeah, you think Akaza gonna get his own season?
I would hope so, because to be honest, out of them, he's the one I'm the most interested in.
But we saw number 2 at the end of the last season. Like, he was going to be important to this season, right?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like because
he was the one that found Gyokko. Because when we saw that flashback, he's the one who made Gyokko a demon, and we saw his face. He was like the last demon we saw. You know what I mean? So it seemed like that was strange to me that we ended up fighting this demon, the 4 and 5. Only because we closed the last season out seeing him.
I want 4 and 5 to get a whole season though. I would feel a little cheated if they got rid of 2 Upper Moon demons in half a season and then brought in another one. You know?
That's what I'm saying. But it's like if we get, let's say we did 14 episodes, I mean, they might do it which Demon Slayer has kind of done, is where we spend the first half of the season fighting these 2, and then we get that little break in between where they're kind of recouping and all that stuff, and then we roll into the next battle with a cliffhanger for next season. I mean, I could see that happening.
I could see it happening. I would.
3 more episodes? Do you think they could wrap up this fight? I feel like they could wrap this fight up in 3 more
episodes. I want there to be a lull in this fight. I want there to be, they get to a place where
we did talk about that thing where they leave and retreat,
right?
And then they come back. That's what the information.
Because I don't want to leave. I want some development with these upper moons. I really want to, because they are obviously the opposing forces to the demon slayers. I don't want to just run through these people that quickly.
Yeah, they're supposed to be super. I mean, but the thing is, they already beat Gyokko. So it wouldn't be like weird if they not make quick work of 4 and 5, but beat them, you know? I do think that some point in this season, the only thing I know, I said I thought the Miss Hashira was going to die, but the only reason I say he might not is because apparently he came from the family of sun breathers. Even though he's not a sun breather himself. So I feel like there's going to have to be some moment or some in between where he teaches Tanjiro something, or he can tell Tanjiro who that person was that he saw, or some, something gonna come out about the sun breathing with more. So whether it's a lull in the fight, so they go back and report to Muzan and come back, or they just get dealt with, and then we spend the rest of the season with Tanjiro learning more about these 2 guys, or one guy, whoever this dude who looked like Tanjiro is. I don't know. I just feel like there's gonna have to be space for that whole story in this season.
Yeah.
So
I don't think the Mr. is gonna die right away. If he does, it's gonna be at the end of it. Leave us with some goop and gag and on our emotion. It'll probably be like the penultimate episode if he does.
right. I just feel like they do have a lot of outside of fight stuff to fit in this season. If we're gonna finally learn about this, these guys, and Tanjiro's gonna have to learn something. He getting his sword, so I just feel like there's about to be a lot that we about to get outside of fighting, which is also cool because I do like to see stuff outside of just fights.
I want to see Rengoku's dad join the Demon Corps again.
Oh, ain't he done though?
I mean, did they say anything about him being like? I thought he was just a drunk.
But he left. I thought he left when he had kids or something like that.
Okay, pick up a sword, nigga.
I don't think. I mean, but he himself. Because at first I thought his dad was going to be the one to teach Tanjiro more. But it doesn't. I don't know. I think it's going to be this Miss Tashira, because even though he himself isn't a sun breather, that crow said his whole family was sun breathers. Which is weird.
Well, I do know. I did read a little bit about because I was so curious about these sword styles. So I did watch a video that broke down like the sword breathing thing. If you did want to hear a little bit about that,
yeah, go ahead.
So don't flame me, Demon Slayer fanatics and manga readers, if this is incorrect. But so I think sun breathing is the original form of breathing. And from that specific breathing style, that was created by the dummy, the person that the dummy is crafted after,
right?
He was the only one that knew how to do the breathing form or breathing style, and so he tried to teach the breathing form to other people, but nobody else could really do the sun breathing style. So it eventually branched off into like the I think there was like 4 different water breathing, I think thunder breathing, and 2 other of those breathing styles that we already know, and then like insect breathing and other stuff like branched off from the secondary forms of breathing. So I want to say like that might be like the hierarchy of like maybe strength. So if mist is one of those original 4 breathing styles that came from sun breathing, maybe that's what that crow was talking about. Like that it's one of those. Yeah. And water breathing was one of those, and that's what Tanjiro is. He's a water breather, and he's using Hamokage Kagura.
Yeah, because the mist, when we see it in the opening, which we don't know if the opening is a mist or it, but it looked kind of like wind and mist almost. Like, so wind, water, fire. Typically, when you're talking about elemental powers, you're usually somewhere along those. So I'll be interested to see what it means. I think there's more to that I feel like
you're right. I think it's I think those maybe the 4 breathing styles that came directly from sun breathing that were like the closest linked, and not insect breathing, not love
not
breathing,
beast breathing,
stuff that came from one of the secondary breathings. I feel like those are the ones that have probably the greatest chance of learning Hamokage Kagura and using eventually sun breathing. So I think we could maybe see this Hashira use sun breathing before either he dies.
I think it's gonna be something like that. Like the way there was a few things I thought that conversation was important. It seemed like he got injured, and the way the leader guy was talking was like he has a brain fog, and so his breathing style is kind of like a manifestation of that. So it almost, to me, I could be interpreting it wrong, because I could take it at face value, and it's just like you'll know the moment when you have to act. Like that fog in your mind will clear, and you'll know you have to act. But another way to interpret it is that fog, that misbreathing, is a lesser. He is from sun breathers, but he doesn't sun breathe. But he seems like he has memory loss or something too. So I'm wondering
he definitely has memory loss.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if when that clears for whatever reason, he'll be able to fire breathe. Maybe he'll even end up looking completely different.
Ooh.
I mean, maybe he'll be able to see.
Or maybe
I don't
he'll
know.
see.
Yeah, I'm just
Right.
saying, like, I think that when the guy said it, I'm like, okay, so is this missed kind of aesthetic and breathing just the side effect of whatever happened to him before where he can't remember anything? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I do want to, because we've seen Tanjiro does more than one style.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. And he's a prodigy too, so I mean, I
Right.
feel like he, even though like I still haven't been like completely flipped at all yet. Like remember since that first episode, he just hasn't really been doing anything for me. Like I think the moments where he gets chipified and he just like does the cute little comedic moments, I think those are
Right.
adorable.
He
But
is
yeah,
tiny.
he still is low on my Hashira list right now.
He is
I'm
tiny.
excited to see some badass moments, or at least more story development that makes me like him more.
I'm sitting here like, well, there's a reason you're the only one being paired off with this one upper moon demon. So I feel
Right.
like he's secretly a super badass, and we're gonna see that. And
I'm
just don't
excited.
know
Let's
exactly
go.
how. So I mean, I'm hoping for that. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap up because we're gonna go ahead and start talking about AI on the next live. So if you're watching this on the Twitch side, we are going to be live on my YouTube channel, Kawaii Bree 123. We're going to be talking about AI music and all this AI stuff, y'all, because it's out of control. But watch Demon Slayer. If you're listening to this and you haven't, definitely watch Demon Slayer. It's available on most platforms. Like I know like the first season or 2 is on Netflix. Like you can find Demon Slayer anywhere. And
Probably
Demon Slayer comes on
Hulu too.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. You can find it. So, but it comes on at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. So catch it there. And you can catch us on Sundays here on Twitch and secretly on YouTube. You can catch us on Sundays for Otaku Talk. If nothing else, you're gonna get some Otaku Talk on Sunday, okay, y'all? So anything else, Twan, before we scoot on over?
Nope. I just want to see Nezuko fight Muzan.
Ooh, I'm just so I'm Muzan confuses me, so I'm just ready to figure out what he's talking about. So, y'all wrong for that. Y'all is not gonna let this man not be Michael Jackson. All right,
him
so
to start wearing these fedoras.
He's stylish. You can be a stylish demon. Y'all not gonna do him like that.
Well, he can't be mad when the comparisons go.
I don't know.
Not even that. The whole white. Didn't he have on a white suit or was that a black suit? Now I'm adding details. Didn't he have on one single glittery glove?
White hat.
Wasn't he moonwalking in the entertainment district?
I feel like he definitely had on gloves, and I feel like Muzan was putting on like a off-Broadway show in the entertainment district for sure. He, and honestly, I know Muzan's strong, but I just want to say this before you go. He doesn't scare me when I see him. I don't know. He's really so cute. He's very cute.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because of okay, you actually might be right. Maybe it's because of the fear that he instills in these other upper rank demons that kind of make me just know I have to be scared of him.
Yeah, I wouldn't like square up with him ever in real life. But I mean, when I look at him, I don't think, ooh, like he is terrifying. Like he's cute.
I think both.
I think Demon Slayer is so aesthetic that it's just like it was women simping over Gyutaro or whatever.
Wait, did they? Were they really?
Yeah, it was some. I think the simp side. Demon Slayer is so aesthetic. Okay, so aesthetic. So I feel like I'm not feeling it. He got that Brazilian wavy hair too. I don't know. It's not. It's not giving. All right, so we'll see y'all at 6:00. That's in 7 minutes. Other than that, don't forget to keep it cute. All right. Bye.